full Zottl throttle, the #1 Canadian ranked lifter of all time, aka the strongest man from Canada. Third abs meet.
Yep.
Like a crack addict, you keep coming back.
Yep.
Why are you back this time?
Because I'm stubborn and I want to win.
So
the title here, Clash of Titans, is one that's definitely coveted. One that we set a target for, 2 years ago, right? So, after the meet we had last year, it was a big priority for me to come back regardless of what happened, and we pieced together a prep somehow, and we're here for it.
On your prep, obviously, it's well documented that you've had a challenging prep with multiple things. What made you just decide that you wanted to continue and, make the sacrifices of coming to Ireland, not being 100% and potentially injuring yourself further?
Yeah, I mean, there's bigger things than powerlifting at play with that. I have a number of people who, follow me, who are my athletes, who look up to me. And, I got a little girl at home, and I put my name on the line, and I said I'd be here. So it would have to take a plane crash or a death for me not to be here. So we're here.
You've squatted 1,000 pounds before.
Yep.
I believe that was the animal cage.
I did twice, yep.
Yep. So you're well able to go up and down with that sort of weight.
Yep.
If you can put together anything close to that tomorrow on squats, do you think you're going to be the man to beat?
I don't think it's close if I do. I don't. At the end of the day, doing a squat like that with my depth, with my speed, with the acceleration I hit out of the hole, coming out of that, I'll be the most fresh. Everybody else will have grinded their third squat, and I'll feel fresh. And I know I have it in me. I tore my TFL squatting 940. I tore it, and I still set it up on one leg. I'm not really concerned about a whole lot going in tomorrow. I just have to stick with my plan, trust, Jared to call the right numbers, and just execute.
Who do you see as your biggest competition tomorrow?
I mean, it's tough. You look up and down the roster, and there's a lot of the known established guys, but the unestablished guys are just as dangerous. I heard you say when you were talking in the preview show, there's one or two guys that could easily pop off and add 40 kilos to their total, and all of a sudden they're nipping at our heels. But obviously for me, he won't say it because he's too timid, but I think John is definitely a guy up there. He squatted that 826, the best depth I've ever seen. I'd call that abs depth, and he accelerated out of it. So, looking at his potential between his bench and his deadlift, way they've been moving with his, newfound, size. He's definitely one. Nick, of course, is obviously one that's definitely, he's on one, even though he's got a couple things going on. I know he's very, very motivated, with circumstances outside of the meet to do well. There's a lot of guys who could really take this, but when it comes to tomorrow, I'm just focusing on me, because if I do what I'm supposed to do, it's my meet.
I think the whole roster is carrying some sort of baggage coming into this meet. Could have easily fallen apart.
Yep.
What do you think, or what does being a Titan mean to you, based on your own personal sacrifices, and full well that the rest of the roster are potentially not coming in 100%?
Yeah, I think it's a big thing to do with leadership. You know what I mean? We are all, big fixtures within our own, communities, and we have lots of people looking to us. And just because things got tough doesn't mean you pull out. There's such a, big dynamic in the world for looking for the easy way out, looking for shortcuts, looking for, maybe I have a better circumstance here. You know what I mean? But for me, that was never even a thought. When I hurt my leg, it was, how the hell do we do this? It wasn't, what are we going to do? It's, how do we make this happen? And I'm not surprised to see all these men here today, despite what they have going on in their personal lives, because, as I said earlier, Titans show up when we say we're going to be there, and there's no questions asked.
One final message to your country of Canada, who will be tuning in tomorrow, and we'll sign off.
Get ready to look at the damn belt around my waist, because we're bringing it home.